What is a golem? This is a golem, a creature brought to life from the clay below, from the earth and dust and ash and bone, made to protect the persecuted, to keep the people safe. Activated by truth. My great-grandma, Sasioma to me, she created golems in her own way. The vessels she molded from clay. They carry her life of loss, of love, of resilience, of survival. These truths are contained in her creations.
I think of my pre-Holocaust life and what I lost. Anti-Semitism was part of my childhood. My lifelong friends ostracized me. They crossed the street when they saw me and treated me like a pariah. The future looked so very bleak. My mother saw the handwriting on the wall for the rest of the family.
She fled at the age of 20 to a distant country whose tongue she did not speak, whose people she did not know.
In 1935.
The day she left.
I think it was April 4th. And it was an English ship. The Olympic. Forced to leave everything I knew behind. With $4 in my pocket. $4 was all I was allowed. Well, I didn't know what it was like here. I didn't know whether my parents would get out. All I knew was that I had to get out. Yeah.
New clay, new soil, offered a chance to mold something new, but not without toil.
after I came to New York. I lived with relatives for 1 week.
A broken engagement and unwelcoming in-laws meant she soon had little support but her own.
I was paid $20 per month. And of that, I sent $10 home, since my parents and 3 of my sisters were still in Germany and were dependent on me for income. With paying for room and board, I couldn't make ends meet. In the meantime, I met my future husband.
He, too, was forced to leave his home behind. A life here is taking form.
After we were married, we moved to Pittsburgh. The Council of Jewish Women thought there were more opportunities there than in New York. But they were wrong.
Looking for work, they eventually moved to a farm. With her in-laws escaping Germany and her first daughter just born. The family lived in cramped conditions.
There was no electricity, running water, or farm tools. But then we came to Denver. It was so hard to get a foothold here. My husband got a job. I became a piano teacher.
The eldest, Miriam, now joined by Judy and Rick.
Staying housebound was not easy. So Sonia encouraged me to make pottery. The Pottery Guild had lots of openings, and so I joined. Her life became her art. Her art became her life. Yet despite everything I have done, the Holocaust is still influencing me. There is not a day that goes by when I do not think of those who perished. My aunt and uncle who could not leave. My uncle who believed his wealth would insulate him and allow him to outlive this regime. My Parisian friend who had his head smashed in by a Nazi when the Germans invaded Paris. I think of my father, who faced near starvation. I think of the dismantling of my family.
In the tale of the golem, the aleph carved into its body was erased, leaving only the Hebrew word for death behind. The golem died then, and the truth died with it. But a golem can be remade anew.
Despite what happened to those I knew and to me, I not only survived, unlike the Third Reich, but I also lived long enough to have a good life.
Trudy Strauss passed away in 2022. She was 107 years old. But her clay creations contain her stories, vessels that withstood the fire. That hold a life of their own. A golem is a reminder of stories, of people, of humanity. A golem survives so that others may not suffer.